Yo! Let's talk about attaching clay. So I'm gonna lay this golden rule on you. You need to carry this with you for the rest of the semester. Okay? So we're talking about attaching pieces of clay. In general, attaching one clay object to another. When you're building a project, you cannot, in this classroom, for the most part, you cannot just take clay and push them together like this. Okay? See how they stick together? The only reason these are sticking together is because of the water content in these two pieces of clay. When these dry out, they're just going to fall apart. Okay? So you cannot build a project like that. You cannot just push pieces of clay together because they'll break. So you need to tend to those pieces. You need to score those pieces of clay. Okay? It's called scoring. So I can do that by taking this needle tool like this, or a paper clip like this. Or I can use this serrated rib, whoops, right here. Or I can use a fork, and I can put these together. Now I've scored these surfaces, okay? I've serrated them, I've cut them up. So instead of it being flat on flat, now they're gonna bite onto each other, okay, as I push these together. It's helpful too sometimes to put a little bit of water on it. So if I have a spray bottle, I could put like a drip on there, or if you have a little cup of water, I could put a drop on there, or I could even, that's gross, put those together, okay? Now I've put this together correctly. So now they're gripping onto each other. The water helps to break down the clay just a little bit, to soften the clay on both parts. So it helps that attachment to kind of soften and then harden together a little more evenly and consistently. So we're talking about attaching clay. Let me show you another way you can attach pieces of clay. So if I'm building a snowman here, so he's only got two sections right now, but say I want to add like his nose or his eyes. That's a really small, if I'm making a little guy like this, that's a really small thing to kind of have to score like that. So what I do for really small pieces is instead of scoring that up, I make little holes with a needle tool or a pencil. Here it is. Or like a pencil's a great tool. And then for his eyeballs, let's see. I'm going to take a little chunk of clay, roll these into a ball, and then put these between my fingers and roll these into little cones like this, so that I can stick those cone tips into the eye sockets. So instead of serrating the surface, I can just insert these pieces in there. So like for his nose, which is a cone or a carrot, I can roll a little carrot in between my fingers like this. But then I'm going to roll the other side as well, because it's so small. And then I can, sorry, that's gross. Then I can stick his carrot nose in there. So it's kind of like a little plug. Instead of how I scored that joint, I can insert it into this point. So that's how I do really small things like that.